What do you mean you can't open the gate? Stop playing around, Danny. I'm standing out in the open here for crying out loud.
I got orders not to let you in, Miss Piper. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
Ooh, just doing your job. Protecting Diamond City means keeping me out, is that it? Oh, look, it's the scary reporter. Boo.
I'm sorry, but Mayor McDonough's really steamed, Piper. Saying that article you wrote was all lies. The whole city's in a tizzy.
Ugh. You open this gate right now, Danny Sullivan. I live here. You can't just lock me out.
Hi, Piper.
You want into Diamond City, right?
Yeah, I do.
I just got here, but yeah.
Shh. Play along. What's that? You said you're a trader up from Quincy? You have enough supplies to keep the general store stocked for a whole month? You hear that, Danny? You gonna open the gate and let us in, or are you gonna be the one talking to crazy Myrna about losing out on all the supply?
Jeez, all right. No need to make it personal, Piper. Give me a minute.
Better head inside quick before old Danny catches on to the bluff.
I don't know why sometimes when I zoom in on faces, I lose my, FPS.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Another great day in Diamond City.
And now it's back to normal, so... I don't know, maybe it's just faces.
Piper, who let you back inside? I told Sullivan to keep that gate shut. You devious, rabble-rousing slanderer. The level of dishonesty in that paper of yours. I'll have that printer scrapped for parts.
Mr. McDonough? Tyrant mayor shuts down the press. Why don't we ask the newcomer? You support the news? Because the mayor's threatening to throw free speech in the dumpster.
I love the freedom of the press. Come on.
Always believed in freedom of the press.
Rightly so. A true medium for the people.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring you into this argument, good sir. No. You look like Diamond City material. Welcome to the great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Safe, happy, a fine place to come. Spend your money. Settle down. Don't let this muckraker here tell you otherwise, all right?
I've never explored anything about his backstory, because I've never done much in the way of Diamond City quests. And also, my phone is beeping at me. I've never done much in the way of Diamond City quests, but I don't trust him at all. There's something weird about him.
This hasn't been the friendliest welcome.
He's got you there, McDonough. Guess not everyone gets won over by that shark smile of yours.
Now, was there anything particular you came to our city for?
He actually looks like my landlord, quite a lot, although they don't sound anything alike.
I'm trying to find someone.
Trying to find someone? Who?
An infant boy. Kidnapped.
Did you say kidnapped? Well, McDonough, Diamond City Security gonna investigate this? How about all the other kidnapping reports you've been involved in?
Don't listen to her. Well, I'm afraid that our security team can't follow every case that comes through. I'm confident that you can find help here. Diamond City has every conceivable service known to man. One of our great citizens can surely find the time to help you.
Well, sure. And a mayor of a great city must know everyone. Who can help me?
Well, there is one private citizen, Nick Valentine, a detective of sorts who specializes in tracking people down, usually for debts or whatnot. Now, I have to get going. I'm sorry, Diamond City Security doesn't have time to help, but I'm sure Mr. Valentine charges a reasonable fee.
This is ridiculous. Diamond City Security can't spare one officer to help? I want the truth, McDonough. What's the real reason security never investigates any kidnappings?
I've had enough of this, Piper. From now on, consider you and that little sister of yours on notice.
Yeah, keep talking, McDonough. That's all you're good for. I'm impressed. Not everyone can claw information out of McDonough's tight-fisted hands. Why don't you stop by my office after you see Valentine? I think I just found my next story.
Well, and there is our warm welcome. Guys, where are you at? There they are. Okay. And this guy. Look how sad he always looks.
You're Sullivan, right?
So, you're that traitor Piper was talking about. Something tells me she's pulled the wool over my eyes again. Am I right?
I didn't mean to lie, officer. It all just happened so fast.
You're not the first guy Piper pulled into a heap of trouble he wasn't ready for. Thanks for being honest. If it were up to me, we would have just let the both of you in. But the mayor's calling the shots, and... well, you saw how mad he is. Anyway, welcome to Diamond City and all that. I gotta get back to work.
God, every time, no matter whose face I zoom in on, I just suddenly drop to like half of the frames I had before.
So, this is the famous Diamond City. I suppose I hope to find more of a gem than a dusty home base. Civilization in the rough, if you will.
I like how you're always judgmental, Codsworth. You're a man after my own heart.
Hey, kiddo. How are the paper sales?
Well, the presses are getting overloaded. That motor is going to go soon if we don't replace it.
You've been saying that for weeks and the old girl still keeps cranking. Stop worrying so much. I gotta head into the office. You start whistling if you see any angry politicians coming our way.
Why? Is something wrong? Piper?
One of the very few children you ever see.
What does he have to hide? Read the public for the hard questions.
So, I think I'll just go ahead and stop by and see Piper. I want to get her on my side.
Piper.
Glad you dropped by. You holding up, Blue?
My favorite ballpark's become a shantytown.
My favorite ballpark's become a shanty town. So, today's been great.
Interesting you mentioning that, seeing as you're from a vault. Yeah, you're not wearing the blue jumpsuit right now, but the Pip-Boy and that fish out of water look? Dead giveaways. So here's the deal. I want an interview. Your life story in print. I think it's time Diamond City had a little outside perspective on the Commonwealth. You do that, and I'll tell you what. I'll come with you. Watch your back while you get used to the world above ground.
What kind of interview is this gonna be?
I ask you who you are, get your opinion on life out there, and maybe load up a few tough questions and keep it interesting. What do you say?
All right, Piper. I'm in.
Good. Let's get down to business. So, I know you're from a vault. How would you describe your time on the inside?
My family and I were frozen. I didn't spend much time in the vault.
Wait, they boxed you up in a fridge? The whole time? Are you saying you were alive before the war?
Behold, I am immortal. I really want to do it, but... Or the war? Which war? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with...
I'm over 200 years old.
Oh my god. The man out of time. So, you've seen the Commonwealth, Diamond City. How does it compare to your old life?
I like this mod that allows me to actually see what I'm going to say instead of just like kind of an overview or like a truncated version of it.
Honestly, seeing everyone surviving out here, rebuilding the world, it gives me hope.
That's surprisingly inspired, Blue. We're definitely quoting that. Now, the big question. You came all this way looking for someone. Who is it?
My son, Sean, was kidnapped. He's not even a year old.
The parent after the missing child. As heartbreaking today as it ever was. Tell me, do you suspect the Institute's involved?
You know, he wouldn't even know who the Institute is at the moment, because I don't think he's heard about them from anyone.
The Institute? Who were they?
That, Blue, is the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth.
God, that hair.
No one really knows who or where they are, but their handiwork is all over. Synths. Synthetic people. Sent from their hidden labs to do the Institute's dirty work. Sometimes they even replace a person with a synth double. A little covert agent no one would ever suspect. Now, not everything that goes wrong has the Institute behind it, but there's always a chance. That's why I'm asking.
Did they have synthetic people back when he was around? I mean, I guess they had, like, completely artificial personalities like Codsworth. It's just not synths as, like, in the post-apocalyptic kind of world.
Hello? Anyone home?
Sorry, Piper, I'm still here. I'm just talking to myself.
They make synthetic people?
That's right. There are two major kinds you have to watch out for. The first is an obvious fake. Skin looks like plastic, skeleton might even be showing. You see groups of them scouring the Commonwealth, killing people and scavenging what's left. I reported on University Point a while back. Whole town got cleaned out. The second type of synth is the real deal. With skin, blood, warm smiles, and guilty glances, just like a good old-fashioned human. So, do you think they could be involved? The Institute, or one of their agents?
Again, he doesn't really know, and I'm trying to kind of roleplay as how he would feel, but who knows? Maybe.
Sure sounds like they might be.
Not even a baby is safe from them. And people wonder why I can't just look the other way. For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do something different. I want you to make a statement to Diamond City directly. The threat of kidnapping is all but ignored in the Commonwealth. Everyone wants to pretend it just doesn't happen. What would you say to someone out there who's lost a loved one but might be too scared or too numb to the world to look for them?
Come with me. I'll help you. Come with me if you want to live. God, I'm sorry. Let's see. People just ignore kidnappings. You can only take it one day at a time.
Mind speaking up?
Find who's responsible, make them pay no matter how much you want to give up. Don't. Well.
No matter how much you want to give up, don't. You have to have hope that you'll see them again. Or at least, that you'll know the truth.
A strong note to end on, Blue. Thanks. That's everything. It's gonna take some time to put this all together, but I think your story is gonna give Diamond City plenty to talk about. Anyway, I agreed to come with you, right? Watch your back? Just say the word when you're ready. I can't wait to see where the story goes next.
Hooray! Okay, now I'm gonna get the stuff off of Codsworth.
Hey!
I'm all ears.
Actually, I can just send him back with the stuff. And then take it off of him whenever I go back to Sanctuary Hills next. Piper.
Hey, Piper.
Heading my way?
Let's go.
Sure, let's go.
Will do.
Miss Wright, I trust you'll do your best to put the
hello.
safety of my master before your own personal gain.
Of course, Codsworth. Jesus. Lucky for me, those two things go hand in hand.
She's just like, come on, Codsworth. Jeez, why'd you have to point it out? Look at how salty she looks. Alright, Codsworth, head back to Sanctuary Hills. Bye, Codsworth. Is that how you open a door? Goodbye. Piper.
Hey.
What? What are you wearing? Come on, let me talk
Don't
to you.
mind the clutter.
Road leathers and a press cap. I should give her something. I want this for myself eventually, but for now I'll give it to her, and she can just equip that over her armor. There, it's not much, but at least it's something, Piper. Hi, Nat.
Well, hello.
Free paper to newcomers. If the Institute grabs you in the night, at least we warned you.
It's just like, what? Okay, whatever. A free paper?
A free paper? Sounds like quality.
I'm serious. The Institute takes people. You should read up if you're sticking around.
I believe you. Thanks.
You're a real lost lamb in the wolf's den, mister.
Should've just stuck with the sarcasm with her. So, where is the synthetic truth? Let's see this. I wish they could, like, make kind of a newsprint for this. Like, somebody could make a mod that actually makes this look like she had printed it on an actual printer. Since apparently she has one, with, like, according to the mayor. It's October 2287, The Synthetic Truth. I wonder if the date actually changes, like if you play for a long time and you don't get here until December, if it actually says like December. Noodles. We all eat them. We all love them. And Diamond City's Power Noodles has supplied this sustenance for the past 15 years. From the stilted mechanical cadence of Takahashi's programmed Japanese, to the fragrant steam that wafts from each bowl, to the scalding tang of each delicious mouthful, the ordering and eating of noodles is but one of the many shared human experiences. Or is it? I was struck by this very question as I sat at the corner of Power Noodles last Wednesday night, just after 5 p.m., enjoying a dinner I had so many times before. That's when I noticed our very own Mayor McDonough sidle up to a stool, and engage in the very same ritual. Right hand extending, mouth opening, teeth chewing, yes, eating noodles, the shared experience of almost every Diamond City resident. So it must have also seemed to the residents of Diamond City nearly 60 years ago on an uncharacteristically warm May evening in 2229 as they sat around this very same counter. But that was before the days of Takahashi and his noodles, when the bar served not noodles but ice-cold Nuka-Colas, frothy beers, and stiff shots of whiskey. The barman's name was Henry, and that night he facilitated the shared human experiences of drinking, smoking, talking, and laughing. That is, until tragedy struck. There aren't many among us who are even old enough to remember that evening, although some of the city's ghoul residents certainly could have, and had they not forcibly been removed, thanks to Mayor McDonough's anti-ghoul decree of 2282. But there is one person among us who does remember distinctly the events of that evening, respected matriarch Eustace Hawthorne, who recounted her story in a Public Occurrences exclusive interview. "Oh, I was there all right, sitting right at the bar, sure as you're sitting in front of me now. 22 years old or so, and just looking to have a good time. I was safe behind the wall, we all were. So what was the harm? And let me tell you, that Mr. Carter made it easy. He made it into town earlier that day, said he was from out west somewhere. It didn't really matter. What did matter was his smile and his laugh and the way he'd make everyone feel at ease. That night at the bar, we all just sort of crowded around him. Everyone wanted to exchange a word or hear about the state of the Commonwealth. And Mr. Carter, he was all too happy to oblige. It was just so wonderful, until it wasn't." Eustace continued her account of that evening and the moment when things turned sinister, and the truth about Mr. Carter was revealed. We'd been drinking and carrying on. Must have been 3 hours. Mr. Carter had 4 or 5 drinks in that time. He seemed a bit drunk, I guess, like the rest of us. Then something just sort of happened. He was smiling, but the smile sort of went from his face all in an instant. And then his cheeks started twitching, kind of funny. And I remember watching him, clear as if it happened just yesterday. He reached inside his coat, took out a revolver, and then blam! He shot Henry the barman right in the head. Didn't hesitate, didn't show any emotion. Mr. Carter killed Henry as casually as if he were paying him for a drink. But his cheek never did stop twitching. Let me tell you, all hell broke loose after that. What Eustace is describing is, of course, the infamous event known as the Broken Mask, when the people of the Commonwealth learned for the first time that the Institute, the shadowy scientific organization responsible for the creation of combat androids, had actually succeeded in creating a model so advanced it could effortlessly infiltrate human society. Unbeknownst to the people of Diamond City, the Institute had somehow evolved their androids into true synthetic humans, synths. After he shot Henry, that Mr. Carter shot 3 or 4 other people too. Like I said, all hell broke loose. The guards came running, they opened fire, and Mr. Carter, he kept shooting and throwing people around left and right. Finally, those guards put him down. Seemed like they had killed a man who had flipped his lid, gone crazy, and he lay there like a dead crazy man, sure enough. God, it was horrible. But then he saw the plastic and the metal. This was one of them early synths, you see, and we realized it wasn't a man at all. It was then we all knew. The Institute wasn't just out there. The Institute was everywhere now, among us. It was never determined precisely why the synth known as Mr. Carter went on his killing spree. Some suggested he had somehow been remotely controlled by the Institute, who wanted to test his combat effectiveness. Still others felt he had simply malfunctioned, a hypothesis supported by the twitching cheek, and was never meant to kill anyone. But at that time, the why hardly seemed important. What mattered was that the humans of the Commonwealth had been truly infiltrated by an organization whose intentions and motives were, and still are, a complete mystery, using a model of synth even less advanced than the ones the Institute has in service today. Which brings us to noodles. Specifically, the noodles consumed by Mayor McDonough last Wednesday night in the same spot that Mr. Carter, the synth, went haywire and mercilessly killed several people, after spending hours sharing an experience the people of Diamond City assumed was reserved for members of the human race. They were wrong. Are we? So what, is she saying that Mayor McDonough is a synth? Ooh, can I steal your teddy bear? That would be terrible. Why does she have a bag of blood? Oh, it's Rataway. Thanks. Coffee cups. Oh. Right, I don't think I should go stealing everything they have.